high demand, they try to tempt people with paying 50% just even before. Also, the relationship with the buyer and the seller. If you good, it can be paying per year, or after 2 days, or after 14 days. Of course, bank transfers.
Okay, so
yes.
it depends on your relationship with the buyer.
Yes.
And your agreement with the buyer.
Yes, mostly it should be 7 days.
Okay, but the international market rarely fail to pay.
Some fail to pay. Some fail to pay.
Reason?
There is fraud. I mentioned that earlier, although it is very minimal compared to here in Kenya.
The local market.
Yes.
Okay.
But again, we may set the shipment, and then on the process of the transportation, it develops a problem. So again, you want to be paid. So you deliver your crops when they are of good quality to the airport, and then the flight maybe took long, or there were issues with their cooling system, or there's someone who tampered the crop, or the crops were located, bad handling, or the client was late to pick them at the airport, they will just go bad to suffer the loss.
So, on those instances you mentioned, when I deliver my crop at the airport, isn't there a point whereby I've met the deadlines, I've delivered my crop at the right temperature? Is it still my problem after that?
Yeah, probably because you are the one selecting the flight.
So does the flight cannot compensate me for the failure on their part?
There are processes, and that's where I think we are failing as farmers. We are not taking insurances. So if your produce was insured, then you might be lucky. But there's those processes that will make sure that you are done. But it rarely happens. It's not things that will happen each day. It's very rare. If at all you have packed your crop well, in fact, basil will stay fresh for over 7 days. Right?
If you pack it well?
Yes. If you are perfect at the farm, 7 to 10 days. Yes. So very rare that we have freight issues here and there on the freight. Yes. Perfume is handling, but it's not always, once in a while.
Okay.
But with these expensive rice, you're always good to go. Yes. So that's where you also consider which flight you choose, which flight company you choose. Yes.
Okay. So in terms of production, where are we as a country?
Yeah, we are far much behind compared with Egypt, compared with Israel. We are far much behind. We need to work with herbs, because probably in Kenya, population of people who are aware of the crops themselves is very low. You go somewhere, you mention basil, is like, what is that? So according to me, we are far behind, because we do not know, or we are, even the education system does not cover any of the herbs. We are not familiar with how helpful they are. We have very, very, very shallow information on herbs, from my point.
Okay.
Yes, because I don't think there are much trainings, people are not aware. Probably here, if you count 10 people who knew basil, probably it's me and you.
True, that is very true.
Yeah, because we are not used to, and I think that's where we are failing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think we need to do as a country to get ourselves to be very competitive?
Create awareness. This is where the government should at least educate people on benefit of herbs production, not only on economic basis, and also on the health benefit. Because the reason why these people are buying them expensively is because of the value of the health benefit. In fact, that's the reason why they're expensive, is because they know their purpose.
Okay.
And if we also knew the importance of those crops, we would be growing them massively. So if the government would create awareness and introduce trainings, fund people, help, maybe have institutions that specifically target herbs production, then we'll be on a better place.
Okay.
Yes. Also, see now, you do not also have products for herbs. You just know products for tomatoes and
Okay. we are not that.
Yeah, we are not that well informed as a country. That is from again my point of view, because we cannot compare ourselves with Egypt, Israel in terms of agriculture, and that's why we don't even have companies processing the same produce here. If we had, then it would have created a market for our country, rather than now shipping them to UK for them to process and do oil extractions.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are lacking some those things, and if you had them, then you'd be on the safe side, probably.
Okay. When you talk about lack of awareness, I'm tempted to ask you, how did you start yourself? Because you're not that old, you're still a young man. So where did you learn about herbs, and how did you start, and how has the journey been until this particular time?
Well, I also was not into herbs or into agriculture. There's one lady who introduced me to it. I still call her my mom. She is Faith Ako Muranga, Keno, I think. And she's the one who introduced me to the business. And by that time, I didn't think that it will work. I was just employed, and that's when I started as just a normal worker. Then my boss, Lydia introduced me mentioned that I should do some training. That's when I thought of doing now the diploma, and now advancing in production. Mm-hmm. So I later on specified on herbs only. In fact, I now work with herbs only. This is my 6th year.
Okay.
Professionally. And it has been challenging because I have my project also. So I can tell how it feels to grow them and to cost a soko. I can tell, but I've been learning because it has not been easy. I've been going trainings. I've been meeting people, big people, companies. And I think what really matters is the passion, the drive, the focus. So it was the drive, because the same company I was employed is the same that I'm leasing.
Okay.
So it's like I thought that I should own this thing. That's when I focused more, worked, did some research, and there's that sacrifice where you have to spray that basil even on Sunday. This is where you have to work on 25. This is where you have to be on the farm full time. You forget about your family, you forget about everything, you just focus on your crop production. And I think that's what helped me a lot. I used to sacrifice a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as a young man, what in less than 1 minute, I'm told you are running out of time.
Okay.
Less than 1 minute, what advice will you give to young people who say there are no opportunities out there?
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for us youth, because I know if there is something that is missing in this field is youth. People who have the drive, people who have the energy to go out there, help other farmers, people who want to invest. It's more of youth thing than the elderly. Mm-hmm. This is because I've seen it work. I have a lot of friends who are below 25, 20 and 30, and they are doing it very well. So if someone is out there and he really has it in his heart, let him do it. Mm-hmm. Let's even encourage our children to do it. Yes, I think that's the best thing. Let us not all do the IT and the math thing, general, the mass com and the IT. You can try to channel other people to agriculture, and it really helps. Probably because I've seen it work.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
What about the high cost of the high capital cost?
Well, what I can do is there are banks that rent. You don't have to start with the greenhouses. You can do outdoors. Do rosemary, which is cheaper. With your 200,000, you have crops, and you get returns and then advance. Yes, there are companies that lend money. There are bank loans, the individual loans. There's where you start small. There's where you become a group and start. You partner with your cousin, start a project. Each contributes 100,000. You have your 20,000. You grow rosemary. And you're done. The moment you start shipping that, you're done. Because probably you have returns.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Crispo. That has been a very insightful conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We are very grateful for you also sparing some time to be with us. I'm sure our viewers have also learned a little bit about what it takes to grow herbs, and that there are opportunities out there. It's up to them to grab them. For those who joined us late, we were talking about herb farming, and today we were majorly focusing on basil. Until next time, goodbye.